Welcome back, lovely singers.
So today we are talking about a bit of an intense thing, which is how much should we be paid for the concerts?
Yeah, concert, performance, call it whatever you want, depending on what you do on stage. But yeah, it's a very difficult topic, as Daria said. We didn't want to get into specific numbers because we are all from different countries. And
that makes a huge difference, really.
Yeah, exactly. And then also I think other things have to be taken into account. But yeah, we'll go right now into it. So if you have any other questions or comments by the end of this video, please add them below.
Sing, sing, sing. Yeah, so let's dive into that topic. I think that whether you're a professional musician who already has his or her position in the music industry, or if you're just starting out, some of the tips maybe can help you at some point. So if you are starting out, well, the first thing you can do is just ask some of your friends who are musicians, how does it work for them? I think that in every region there is a certain level of the money that you can get for certain types of performances, like, for example, singing in a restaurant but with your own devices, singing acoustically, maybe like with one musician, somebody who's gonna play with you, maybe he's gonna play on the guitar or on the piano. It will be like an intimate performance. And also what will be different is, the performance with a band, like, you have the bass player, you have 2 guitars or even more, because it's never enough. You have drums, you have maybe some saxophone, whatever. It's also different because it takes more time.
Yeah, and I think also then often if you are called for bigger performances, maybe the price is already set. And they don't ask you if you're not super famous, and then you can set your own rates anyway. But I think if you play with a bigger group of people, then sometimes the fee is already set and you either accept it or leave it, but then you don't get the gig most of the times. So I think, yeah, what Daria says, I agree. If you're not sure how much to charge, ask people around your area, but then also to make sure that you're really comfortable with what you charge, maybe take in account some of the following points. We try to choose them consciously so that they don't affect the cultural aspect. So within your country or area, I think area, the term that Daria used before, is more concrete, because in a country there's bigger towns, smaller towns, and then also the fees can vary a lot. So yeah, within your area, just check what you can see, how much people charge with your level of experience, but then also take this into account. So the first point is, how much do you sing in that performance? How much do you appear? And then also, how difficult is it? Is it a Whitney Houston level, Celine Dion level kind of performance? Or do you just appear maybe as a guest in 1 or 2 songs? Or are you singing backings for someone else? And then maybe you are more protected, more in the background. I think, and even if you appear as a guest, some singers, like, they charge a lot, but because they have a name, right? But what do you think, Daria? Which aspects within that topic with difficulty, what is a difficulty level where you would say, I would charge a lot if they asked you to sing a certain type of song or repertoire?
Well, I think it's connected to the time of practice.
Yeah.
How much time would I need to sacrifice for that? And also, is it a performance that I can just, maybe they tell me, okay, we want the divas, but I can maybe decide which divas I'm singing, because, there are some certain songs that maybe I already know. Or maybe they want me to sing only, like, Whitney Houston, and maybe I know only 2 songs. But if I'm gonna sing 2 sets, well, the 2 songs all the time on the repeat, maybe it would be boring for some people. If I would need to work like maybe even an hour a day, I would consider having higher salary for that performance, because people don't see the hard work behind. It's never visible. But this is actually why the singers are successful and why they sound so well, of course, when they practice.
Yeah, I also agree, and I think the word salary is very very appropriate for this, because we always talk, oh yeah, that's my fee or my price. Yeah, I also said that, right? But in fact, it's the money that we need to live. So let's treat it as such, and then do also the work behind. And the practice time is the next thing, of course, involved. Also, if I have to prepare for an opera, it's not the same as just maybe 10, 15 songs. An opera is already a major thing if the role is big in there, right? If it's a small role, yeah, okay, fine, I get by. But still, then it's not just learning the lyrics and the melody. It's also, as Daria said, all the muscle memory work, the practice behind, the effort, and then in whether it's an opera or musical theater or maybe a performance where you have to dance a lot, then there's also the staging part. So that brings us to the next point. How much time do you need to rehearse? So not just practice on your own. So the practice we call the time that you spend in your little room with your guitar, piano, whatever, singing and doing the technical stuff. But then how much time do you need to rehearse with others? And are those rehearsals paid separately, or is it just one fee with all included? Because then I would definitely charge more, especially considering the amount of rehearsals. So do you need 10 rehearsals, 20 rehearsals? How long are they? How late are they? Sometimes they are in the middle of the night. Sometimes you have to get up really early in the morning, and sometimes there's a lot of physical effort, dancing, acrobatics, whatever. I mean, we are all different singers, so there could be anything, right? But take all of that into account, because it's also your time. And here we come with our favorite sentence of today. Do you want to say, Daria?
Time is money.
Yep, and that's the thing. Your time is money, other people's time is money, whether you see it as such or not, but it is money. And if you waste it rehearsing without getting paid, it's time that you cannot invest in maybe singing elsewhere and earning the money elsewhere.
Another thing that I've experienced, and I also saw my friend experiencing that, unfortunately, that certain places or people who organize the concert, they tend to ask you to take care of the social media. And this is additional work. When you are performing, well, some people, they feel comfortable and they feel confident enough on the stage to, hold the phone and also make a video of the band or whatever. But some people not. So who's gonna take care of that if people who organize the concert tells you to do it? Of course, or probably you have some friends in the audience, so you can ask them. But still, we even see that on the YouTube channel, that we have to, for example, cut out some pieces, or make it shorter because of something, or make it longer because of something. So there are also certain rules when you sign up the contract with some people, with organizations or their office. So I think we have to also take care of that and be aware that there may be some of the things that we don't even know that we should do.
Yeah, and that's also maybe, should we actually do it? Or because that also takes away energy and time that we maybe should be investing in taking care of ourselves and resting, or staying focused on your music and not so much on the socials. So maybe they should hire someone for that. I mean, usually they hire people, but still they expect the singer to do it, because it's from the singer's point of view, and it's more exciting for the audience than to connect with the artist. But we have to take care of ourselves. So also, if they ask you to do that, maybe it's worth charging a bit more for that. But ask before if you have to do it.
Yeah. And it's actually very nice when a place that organizes your concert invests it's really rewarding, because then you really feel like they want to show you. It's not like you are just a singer that comes. It's like they believe in you. And I think that it already creates a warmer atmosphere when you get in that place and you even saw, a post on Facebook or Instagram that, oh yeah, she's singing here tonight, so please come, it's gonna be an amazing time. It already gives you the good feeling from them.
Yeah, nice visibility and good feeling, yeah. And then it also makes you feel like they really take care of you. So the next point is, how well known are you? Of course, if you're famous, well, you probably won't be watching this if you're famous. But if you are well known in the area and your name attracts many people, maybe that is also a reason for you to charge more, because then a huge part of the audience will be there for you, not for whoever asked you to come. But even if you're not really famous or well known, maybe you have studies, years and years of studies, or a great experience performing, or both in the best scenario. So then, of course, you're going to want to charge more. It's not so nice to say, oh yeah, I've put in so many years and money and effort into this, and now I'm just, getting so little money. I'm not going to say numbers again, but I've seen people do that in my area, and I felt like I did it a few times and I felt so uncomfortable. So I think just go back to how much time and effort you invest, but also how much time and effort you invested in the past few years, maybe, or decades, to become the singer that you are now. And if you're just starting out, then go back to point number 1, 2, and 3.
So next point that we have is, how busy booked are you? So as we said, time is money, and if you see that your schedule is just getting really tensed, and you are really maybe not that you are very, very famous, but people get to know you and you respect them, they respect you, they see the value, and you really have something inside of you. You bring something to the table, a good attitude, a nice personality. They really see the value, and they want you the next time. So then you see, oh, I don't really have time to sing in other places, even if I would love to. So I think that this is another step. It establishes you in your position, and you can charge definitely more for your performance. And even though, the old place that already got to know you and they got used to the money that you charge, is gonna be like, yeah, but we don't really have money right now because we had to hire another person to organize the event or whatever. You can be like, yeah, I'm sorry, but they actually want to give me this amount of money. That is, of course, your life, your decision. I know that it's sometimes very good to, stay in the boat, but sometimes it's also good to walk on waters and see what happens. You're not gonna sink, not sing, sink.
Sing you're going to do for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if your schedule is really, really packed and they offer you other performances, then they better be well paid. Another topic, now that you just mentioned it, Daria, is exclusivity really has to pay off. So if they call you to sing and we say, okay, we want you, but we don't want you to perform elsewhere while you are in our show, we want you to prioritize.
Yeah.
Okay, then pay me for that. No matter what your level of experience is. If they don't want you to work elsewhere, that means that you have to really get a proper salary from this, because you have to pay your taxes, you have to pay your bills, you have to pay your life. Yeah. So you cannot just sit there and wait for better opportunities to come while you are not actually able to accept them. Get the money.
And get the contract if possible.
Yeah. I mean, usually if there's exclusivity involved, they have to give you a contract. They cannot say just by word, but they definitely also make clear for how long and all the tricky stuff. Maybe get help from a lawyer too, just in case. But yeah, that really has to pay off, the exclusivity. So related to the last point, consider how much time do you have to prepare. Is it a very spontaneous thing? Do you have to sing something just right now, reading the scores? Or is it something that you have maybe in 10 months where you have a lot of time to prepare and they send you all the stuff before so you can really practice and study on your own? So if it's very spontaneous and you're jumping in for someone, of course, that also needs to be paid properly. Sounds like you have to charge a lot of money if all of these events come together. I think that really has to be also a thing, right? If they say, hey, can you sing a whole opera tomorrow or next week? Okay, maybe you studied the opera a few years ago and you sort of still know it by heart, but it's still, yeah, a lot of work to just go through it maybe the night before or the same afternoon and then perform in the evening. So, and also the sudden change of plans. You know, do you have to take a plane quickly? Do you have to cross the world for that? I don't know. So all of these things really matter. So take that again into account.
Yeah, and that is connected actually to our another point, which is duration and the place of the event. Is it a quick performance? Do you just arrive and sing, or do you have to be there all day and then all night? So, you know, it also takes so much effort, and it also takes you from maybe your regular job. Because, you know, some singers need to also work as normal people do. Well, for us, our different job from singing is actually teaching, singing. So it takes our time of teaching, which is also, you know, the money. We don't want to make everything around the money, but that is very important. And I think that some artists really forget about it. And then, well, how are you going to pay your rent?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just life.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, as you say, it's not all about the money, but this video is all about money. So bear with us.
So, still talking about the additional effort, we also need to take into an account extra expenses like trip, hotel, food, special clothing. You know, clothing will be different when you sing at the theater. When you sing opera, then usually the clothing is provided. But when you want to sing with a metal band, you know, doing the makeup and clothes, well, it can be on you. But of course, if it's a famous band and you are becoming the artist, like Emily Armstrong became, of course, she had her own band, but now she's with Linkin Park. So I think now it looks a bit differently, even though she was already famous. So we need to make sure that we really think about those things because the trip takes time. You can have a 30 minutes trip or you can have 10 hours trip, right? It's different. It's different when you need to stay at night at the hotel. It's different when your food is provided and it's actually the good food, not some McDonald's junk food. Amazing before the concert. It also helps so much. No, I'm just kidding. We singers, we really need to take care of ourselves.
Some weeks ago, someone sent me a reel about a really famous opera singer here in Spain.
Yeah.
And they were asking her, how much do you charge for a production? I mean, it's not a performance. Okay, a production has many performances. And she said but she said a pretty high amount of money for Spanish customs, or people usually don't get that much when they sing. But then she said, yeah, but more than 50% of that goes to me being 2 months in the town where I perform, living in a hotel.
Yeah. 2 months?
2 months, and I have to pay. The theater doesn't cover that. And then all the food that you eat. So everything that you eat, drink, and breathe, because breathing, I think, is also not for free anymore.
Yeah, you have to also pay something for it.
And I mean, yeah, as you said, right, the theater provides you with the clothes for the performance and everything. But if you give a recital, for example, again, you have to dress up like a diva. And then the scores you have to pay, and it's just so expensive being a singer. And this is also a reason why we are doing this video. So, last point. Is health insurance included? Yes or no? I know this may vary a lot from country to country, but please take also that into consideration, because we know in some places it is so expensive, and yet it is so important. So is it included? Yes or no? And then also, do you work as a freelancer or not? If you do, how much paperwork does that gig involve? Because I remember one where I don't know, I think I spent more hours doing the paperwork than practicing the pieces, for the gig. And it got me so annoyed, and I thought, this is all work that I'm not getting paid for. So I should have charged more. I mean, it was a concert that was well paid. It was nice, but still, it was just so much time that I lost just by doing the paperwork and being on the phone and blah, and this is missing, and you have to send this, and now this is too much, and now this is too little, and blah. So in the end, I was so annoyed, I thought I had to charge twice as much at least. So again, time is money.
Yes, and we learn from our mistakes.
Yes, that's another good thing to say. If you're not happy with what you're charging right now, think why you're not happy. Where do you think you're putting in too much effort? And maybe how can you compensate that with a better payment in the future? So deal with the people, and also to encourage you to earn what you think you deserve. Think that if some people stop hiring you because you are charging more now, or you decided to charge more now after watching us, then think, but there'll be other people willing to pay that amount for my singing and my performance, because they want a quality product. In this case, you. So if you put in all the work, the practice, the effort, then know your worth, and there'll always be people willing to pay what you ask for. You just have to find them. That's the point. That's the difficult thing.
I had the same thoughts in my mind. I wanted to add it, but you already did it. So
the difficult thing is to find these people. But there'll always be. And there's always someone who also think, at least in Spain, I don't know how it is, and now we can maybe get into the cultural talk, Daria. In Spain, if you charge too little, they don't really value your work, and they say, oh, actually I have a cousin who does the same as you for free, and then you're like, but he doesn't have, I don't know, 10 years of studies on his back, or you know.
It's getting better, I think, but mainly in bigger cities. It's like that. The higher you charge, the bigger possibility that they will take you. It's funny, sometimes the barrier that we have in our minds that, oh, they're gonna stop hiring me, sometimes it's the opposite. It's just different people will hire you. And it's just about getting into that circle. If it would be people who see your value, then it's worth it.
And they are ready to invest in music or culture or artists anyway. So if you don't charge that much, then someone else will get the money instead of you.
So we shared some of the thoughts from our experience and also from our colleagues' experience. We hope that you find it helpful and you can use it. So that will be all. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.